When you're thinking of object-oriented programming, you got to think of everything as objects. So everything is a separate object, and these objects are used as the building blocks of the object-oriented programming structure. So you're building a bunch of objects out, using them within your code, and that's helping facilitate running your code out and getting application to do what it is designed to do. So the first thing that you have to do when you're using object-oriented programming is to create a class. And a class is what describes your object. Think of it as kind of like a blueprint, and it's going to be something that is going to contain your object and your object information, and you're going to be able to call to that and use that class. So if it's a design blueprint for whatever that particular object might be, you can pull that out. If you think of it as a blueprint for a house, so the house would be the object, and you could create multiple houses using the same blueprint. And if we think of a class like a car, so a car, you could create multiple cars that are going to all look the same using the blueprint, but when you want to actually have some interaction within that car to add additional functionality and describe additional information that makes that car unique and separates it out from the rest of the cars, the rest of the objects that are designed with using the same blueprint, you would be defining different properties that are available within that object. And the properties can be set and manipulated and updated, once again, depending on what the requirements might be. So properties are more of the information that's contained within that blueprint, and you can have access to that and use that depending on what you're trying to do with the object. And lastly, you've got methods. So methods, essentially, it's the same thing as functions, but then they're wrapped within the class. In object-oriented programming, they're referred to as methods. So when you're first coming into object-oriented programming, you can look at the methods as functions, properties as the variables that are available within that object, and both of these are contained within the class. And the class is like a blueprint that's going to help you facilitate and get that information and use that object within your programming structure.